There we are.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Fantabulous.
What's going on Facebook? Dexter and Dr. Tanya here. You might be on Facebook, you might be watching us on YouTube, but hey, we want to say what's going on. Hope you guys are doing well.
Absolutely.
Is it Monday, right?
It is.
Happy Monday evening. All right. Let me make sure we're live. Yeah, hey, we just want to come up here, man, talk to you guys real quick. We only gonna be a minute. Okay, there we go. Let's see.
All right. So
all right.
We're really grateful to be here. We're not going to hold you long. We just wanted to talk a little bit. Why? Because we're going to be doing our podcast. We're getting ready to shoot it. This is the topic that we want to talk about. And we just want to give you a little sneak peek into a bit of the conversation and how it's going to be. This is so valuable to us. And one of the things, Dexter, I was saying to you earlier when I actually did, I did a reel earlier. It was a reel, wasn't it? Yeah, I did a reel earlier. And when I did it, I basically I was showing clarity. I spent some time just me with the Lord and just writing some things out, having high expectations for this year, for my life, but really taking some time to think and to really journal and have conversations with our Lord to give me direction, clarity. Having said that, when Dexter and I talked, he talked with someone earlier, and she said something to you, and I was like, wow, that's liberating. Because Dexter and I have found ourselves to be stuck a lot, okay? Over the years, we would get stuck not moving, and we didn't always understand why. So what we're going to do in this podcast is give you 5 reasons that have a lot of people to be stuck, a lot of people to not be able to move forward. And we're going to just talk to you about one of them real quick, one of them. Yeah. So when she said to you...
Yeah, so I'm not going to I won't tell you the whole conversation.
Okay.
But this is a lady I know years ago, and she said... And this is for some of you guys too. So make sure, it can connect with you. She said, make the main thing the main thing.
That's so liberating.
And then she said,
so liberating.
Does that help? And I'm like, oh. So y'all, that's why I'm telling you, Tanya and I are big in personal development. We love it. We love where it takes you, the growth that it takes you. And anybody that connects with us, the people that have connected with us over the past, our goal is to personally develop people into new levels. That's what the Upgraders brand is all about. It's upgrading you, helping you get out of your own way. When she said that to me, light bulbs went off. And here's the thing. That's why we're proponents of mentorship, coaching programs, inner circles, investing in you, because somebody's going to say something. One thing at some point that's going to shift everything for you. And that's what happened to us this morning.
It is.
And I shared it with Tanya.
This morning, y'all, this morning. Yeah. For everything we've been doing. But that's it. Let me tell you, let me ask you this. How many of you know there's something for you to do? You get started and you feel good about it, and then you get to moving, but then you might start paying attention and looking at everything that's happening all around you, and when you do that, you'll then begin to question what you were gonna do.
Right.
And your main thing now is belittled by you. Because you see other people doing their main thing, and you begin to wonder, that's what I need to do too. Can anybody relate to that? Because that's something that I know I did. That's something I've done for several years, where I'm like, one of the things, Dexter, you and I are so strong in personal development. Soft skills is something that we really love. And we drop and we give a lot of information to people that will literally help them grow. Yeah. And it's in soft skills. But then we would hear and watch other people, and they would actually seem like they were more tangibles, those hard skills, like get out of debt, make more money, scale your business, learn to recruit, whatever it may be. It will be so many different things that I'm like, that's what we need to be doing. Yeah. And we will actually shift away from the very thing that we're called to do, the thing that is our passion. And that's in soft skills. And one of those things is getting out of your own way. That's what we do. We help people to get out of their way. Hold on one second, y'all. My baby in here helping me. And and I'm like, give me a second, babe, before you keep. She taking groceries out. If you hear all that background noise,
All this noise. Hold on.
all that noise that's going on. But long story short, that's our thing. We want to help you get out of your own way. We want to help you to prosper. We want to see you actually taking the necessary actions to do what you need to do to excel, to succeed. And we're going to talk about this in our podcast.
It is. So look, so Tanya mentioned 5 ways, right? 5 things that's going to help you get out of your own way. We're going to share just one now. Negative self-talk, self-doubt, and negative self-talk. Y'all, it is a dream killer. It kills everything. You could be at your job and you're ready to go and present to your supervisor or boss. You want to take that next level. You want more responsibility. You want a raise. You want whatever. You are an entrepreneur. You're at that event and you see somebody across the room that you've been wanting to connect with, and you hear that voice saying, you're not ready for that promotion, or they're going to tell you no, or they're not going to take you serious, or you get ready to approach that person across the room and you say, oh, they don't want to connect with me. They're not going to give me time. And you know what happens? You talk yourself out of it.
Yeah.
Y'all, look,
So true.
these are real conversations. It is literally time for all of us to get out of our own way.
Move.
We are the ones that's holding us up. But these are not the conversations that you hear.
No.
All you hear is, I want to get rich. Let me show you how to get rich. Let me show you how to do this. Let me show you. But it's all fluff. We got to get to the bottom, right, of what we're really dealing with. And that's why Tanya and I are really heavy in communications and the personal development space, because it's like, man, there's so much more I want to do with my life, but I don't know what to do because I've been in my own way, right? You look around on social media, you see other people doing these things. You see people writing books. You see people speaking on stages. You see people getting promotions, developing brands, whatever. And you're like, man, I lost my window. No, you haven't. You haven't. It's just that you got to figure out what is holding you back.
Yeah.
Right. Look, and I'm going to say this.
And put it in its place.
Yeah, I'm going to say this and then you can finish. Then we're done. We're out of here. Y'all, there's some things that I deal with right now that I dealt with 30 years ago. It's a mindset. That's why you just don't learn it and then it goes away. That's not how it works. You got to uproot it. You got to shift the paradigm. But that voice continues, that negative self-talk keeps coming back, and you got to shut it down. So when I say some things from 30 years ago, I'm like, I could be thinking about something and boom, here comes a thought. And I'm like, man, where did that thought come from? It's a precondition, right? It is in the subconscious mind, so we got to uproot it. Negative self-talk, y'all, it messes everything up.
It really does.
It
And
does.
tomorrow what we're going to do is give you some ways to overcome it.
Yeah, that's good.
And really talk about it. It's one thing to tell you a thing, but it's another to give you more hows, the to-dos, and so forth. And we're going to do that as well. And like I said, this is something we're just really passionate about.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me because there's so many people that have actually talked to me. Wait a minute, babe. There's so many people that have actually talked to me. They will contact me. I've had people in my inbox. I've had people to ask me to coach them. I've had people to come to me, a lot of sisters especially, to actually come to me because they're like, I need help. I don't know what to do. When I could talk to you or talk to them rather and see so much potential or talk to them about the things that they carried and they just didn't see it and didn't take ownership of it. But what they had taken ownership for was all of the ridicule, the low self-esteem, the reasons why it wouldn't work, why this can't happen. That's what they did. And it kept them from moving. It brought about a whole lot of procrastination.
Yeah, that's good.
So this
good.
right here is really passionate. I'm going to tell you because I can tell you how to go about, I can tell you how to write the book. I can give you all of that. But it's those underlining things that actually keep you from doing it. And that's what me and Dexter deal with. That's the kind of stuff that we come with. Because for us, a lot of times it's that subconscious. It's the things
It
that's
is.
there and just present.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
blockages that are there. You know, it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing. I'm gonna talk to you about some more stuff really, really soon as well. Very personal to me. Very personal to me. And I'm coming to understand and know it a lot better. But it's the things that I have entertained throughout my life. And it has kept me from progressing. And then it had the nerve to show up in my body.
Isn't that something?
Okay? We gonna talk.
Yeah, but you know what?
We gonna talk.
Yeah, so Tanya's gonna reveal that to you. Then she's gonna tell you how to get out of it. See, she gonna bring you up out of that thing.
All of this.
These are the conversations that we need to be having. I'm telling y'all, it's just so phenomenal. When you begin to really understand, like, what in the world is this holding me back, man? Why am I in this funk? Why am I thinking the way I'm thinking? Why am I doing the way I'm doing? It's because of the negative self-talk. And we're gonna leave you with this. Get around people that's going to speak unto your necks, not the folks who are keeping you in the back. And I was looking at this today. If you're around people, when you share something with them or you do something and they joke it, they slide you a joke,
That's good.
they're not your friend.
I love that.
They shouldn't be in your circle because the jokes is a throw at you. It could be jealousy, it could be envy, it could be any of those things. But the jokes, some jokes have underlining meanings to them.
It's true.
These people are not a part of your next.
Nope.
Your level of growth and getting out of, you're already dealing with negative self-talk. So why am I going to stay around the same people who keeping me where I am? So it's time to come out of that. And this is just one. We got 4 more to share with you.
I might even bring you some more, and
Yeah,
I'm
it's gonna
gonna
be
turn
good,
this
yeah.
into an ebook too, and it'll be something for you to actually have. I want a
good.
tangible
Yeah.
in your hand as well, and just stay connected, okay? Just stay connected because you're gonna get more. You're gonna be hearing more. We've gotten out of our own way. You see, we've been doing a lot. We've been doing a lot of recognitions, a lot of platforms. He just got a call to speak somewhere else. Gonna be on sharing a platform. Can I say who?
Nope.
No? Okay. I'm glad I asked.
Thank you. No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay. But all of these things, there's so much that has happened, but you have no idea the fight. There's been warfare.
Yeah.
You know, and the enemy comes. He says all he needs is an open door. We'll talk about this some more in the podcast, but he looks for an open door. And I've been the one to give it to him a lot. Okay. And it's kept us from actually progressing in the direction even more. We've been moving, but it's been like, and then you keep just being real with you.
That's good.
Just being real with you.
Yeah,
Want you to know. Okay.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna say this last thing. I put this post up on 1 day ago. Here's the thing, y'all. We got how many people watching now?
I'm not sure.
Y'all, we got 10 people watching. This during Facebook,
Beth.
it's not sending anything out. This
Nope,
post,
it's not.
this post got 8 people to like it and 6 comments. One of the things that anger me really about Facebook, if I was fighting somebody in the street, if I was cussing somebody out, if I had half of my body hanging out, I would have 300 likes and 400 comments. But when somebody try to bring something that's going to shift the paradigm, nobody says anything. This is what I posted. Your level of difficulty is in direct proportion to the depth of your call.
Read that again.
Your level of difficulty is in direct proportion to the depth of your call. If you're going through a lot of stuff, it's because you got a lot in you that need to come out. The difficulty is in direct proportion to the levels that you have.
So
And it's time for you to bring it out. It's time for you to get out of your own way.
It is. And I hope when
Yeah.
you hear that, you need to hear the power in that. That right there should send you actually into a place of like, hallelujah,
It should, yeah.
and giving God glory.
Yeah.
If you're finding that you have a whole lot of opposition, you're finding that, you can't seem to ever get going, get moving, whatever it is, it's direct proportion. It is in direct proportion to the depth of your call.
Ooh, and y'all got some.
So that's
Y'all some
process
heavy
that I
folks
know
up in
you
here,
hear
man.
about.
Yeah.
I know you hear about process because it gets talked about a lot. But here's the thing that I'm coming to realize. There are things that we hear often. There are things that books that we read, posts that we see, ebooks we'll get and download, YouTube videos that we'll watch, Facebook lives that we may stop and watch. And we hear it and it's good, but it's not landing. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Because we are like, okay, yep, direct reports into my call. We need you to pause and really think about that.
Yeah.
Because when you do, it's like, so that's what's going on. You will rise up, you will posture up. It'll change everything. It'll be like, oh my God, wow, God. Okay, what does this mean? What do you want me to do? Talk to him. Earlier when I was over there just reading, I was reading first and then I just started writing and scribing, just spending some time with the Lord, but I was reviewing some notes that I had. This was like even some years ago, like about a year or so ago. But the thing that really stood out to me, it was like I'm sitting here and I'm coming to a place of recognizing that who it is that I am, what it is that I do, is mental. It's all in how I think. And the thing that I'm focusing on the most, and you know this, we say it's the biggest, but I need you to understand what you really believe about yourself is what comes to mind. What you often desire is there, but it's not what comes to mind. If what it is that you desire isn't also coming to mind, there's an unlearning that needs to take place. There's some deliverance that needs to happen. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you can be like, I know I want this and I see that and I want to dream and I want to aspire and I want to write the book and I want to travel here and I want to build this business and I want to have this and this is my brand and this is what I like and I want. And see, that's a lot of stuff, right? And I want and I want and I want. But then over here, it's like, but I can't this and I've got this and I don't have this and I'm not talented here and I'm not. And this is what comes to mind most and everything else is there. It's warfare. It's warfare. And I just sat there today and I was just like, God, is so much for me to do. There's so many things that I have. I have been in the midst of writing a book. She decided to love herself for too doggone it long. Have gotten it done. Came up with so much opposition. But let me tell y'all something. I made a decision to love myself. But even though I made the decision to do so, I never acted on it.
That's good. That's good.
And the book is still just locked up it's here on my computer. The people called me, was like, hey, you ready? So we can put this out. And I'm like, yes. But I would not take the action because most of the conversations that I've had with myself is telling me don't do that.
Yeah.
It's so much I can talk to you about. Not to do it. Why, Tanya? Why? Why wouldn't you want to do that? And that's when, for me, it was like, you know, you a child of God. It ain't about you.
It's good.
But I'm the one responsible for making me better.
Yeah.
And the enemy knows how to take things like this and use them against us because he's wicked and manipulative and cunning.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, we were talking earlier, might say it on the podcast again, but I'll say it and I'm gonna shut up because I can keep going. Here's the, how do I say it? Because I was saying it earlier when we was in here even working on it, doing this.
Which part?
When I was just saying now how the enemy basically comes in as a con artist, manipulative, to try to just twist things and take stuff away from us. I'm losing my train of thought even now. It's too much going on. My kids coming in here. It's like all kind of stuff happening. I'm just being real and honest with you. What did I say last? It helped trigger and bring it back to me.
When he walked in.
I know that messed me up. I was sitting here like trying to keep going. They leave me alone.
Opposition? Was somebody enemy's opposition?
It is. It's the opposition, but it was for me. Oh, she decided. That's what it was. I was dealing with she decided. So here's the thing for me. When I said the enemy will come and he'll take things and he'll use them against you. So what did he use against me? He's used against me the fact that I'm a child of God. He's used against me the fact that I'm a daughter of Zion. He's used that. He's used that against me. He says, because if you're all of that, then why are you going to be loving yourself? Do you see what I'm saying? So I would back away from a thing. I hope I'm making sense right now. I would back away from a thing instead of moving forward with what it is that God put inside of me to do. He had me. This is something for us to do. And this is what we were talking about earlier. This was the point I was making is if to make a decision like she decided to love herself, I decided to do what? I decided that I'm going to make the best of me that I can. I have to love me. I have to love me. If I'm not emotionally healthy, if I'm not physically healthy, if I'm not financially healthy, if I'm not mentally healthy, if I'm not healthy in every aspect of who it is that I am, I'm not going to be a benefit to you. If I'm not financially healthy, but you have a need or somebody has a need that I can't even help them with because I'm not financially healthy. If I'm not emotionally healthy and you have a need, you need a hug, you need a word, but I'm not healthy, how am I going to help you?
Right.
Until I decide to treat myself better, until I decide to think of myself better. That's what I had to do. She decided to love herself. It's coming. And I hope I'm encouraging someone right now, because if you don't understand who you are, if you don't know who you are, if you don't embrace who you are, you will not move forward. You won't. And it's okay. Even down to you rising up and having businesses. What's going to happen if you don't know that you're even strong enough, good enough, big enough to do it? I don't know who need to hear this, because this was not my intention to talk about this even in this minute. We weren't going to be up here for about 5 minutes either way.
It always happens.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry. But I hope it's making sense.
Yeah.
And thank you for bearing with me as I had to collect my thoughts all back together as well, and even communicating it. But this is so passionate for us. And we look forward to doing this podcast. You ready to get out your way? You ready?
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Time.
Y'all. It's going to be good. So look for the podcast to be released on we release our podcast at 5 a.m. on Wednesday mornings. That's when we've done it. We've had the podcast for about 5 years now. So look for this episode. We're going to share all 5. It's going to come out Wednesday morning audio podcast. It should be up on YouTube, perhaps tomorrow on YouTube podcast. But thank you guys. Listen, share it with other people. It's just time for all of us to really get out of our own way, get that negative self-talk out of our minds so that we can walk into the things that we're supposed to walk into. Okay? You good?
I am.
All right, y'all. Stay tuned. Tag some folks. Share this broadcast. Let them know you got to connect with the podcast, because it's going to be a blessing to you. All right? This is Dexter and Dr. Tanya. We are the Upgraders. We may not know you,
But we know what's in you.
we'll see you.